We're here today to check out some more cricket.
But should we just call it like Cricket Tuesday or something like that?
Cricket Tuesday.
Cricket Tuesday.
Cricket Tuesday.
It was repeating itself. Can we just see that?
It's so true, though.
Okay, well, first of all,
true.
Mitch Johnson, Brett Lee, MS Dhoni, with all that boring stuff out of the way, this is a very important, momentous occasion. All right, Born Review Nation, welcome back. Nick here.
Gabe, the Night Watchman.
And we still have our CFA nicknames because today is
Cricket Tuesday. Oh, man. I'm so excited for it. Dude, I got to tell you, I don't think I've ever been, if you really think about it, that last game we're playing for a draw, not even a tie, okay? I don't think I've ever been more excited to play for a tie in my life. I'm like, oh, I was at the edge of my seat. And we're talking about England versus my boy, the West Indies. And it came so much closer than most people would want to admit, okay? Because what it came down to, 14 overs. That was it, 14 overs. And I'm like, wait a minute, did we need the extra 100 plus runs up there, 130 runs, whatever they ended up winning by? But man, I never thought that playing for a draw could be so exciting. How about you?
Well, of course it was exciting. England got the win. It was stressful because on the other side, the way it started off, you're like, okay, England's got this one not in the bag. I'll never say that in the bag in Test cricket, but they've got this one in pretty good positioning within the weather and, you know, Joe Root and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, oh, man, we're going to go from a win to a draw. That's just an embarrassment. Not to mention Windies already had the lead in the series by the win. It was very, very stressful on this side. But talking about Joe Root, Kane Williamson, according to Wikipedia, he is the captain of all three formats, which is very rare. I know Kohli's the same thing. There might be a few other national teams where that guy's a captain of all three formats, but according to Wikipedia, this guy is the captain. He's only 29 years old. I know there's a whole lot of love for him by the New Zealand fans. This guy and his team, whether you're a New Zealand fan or not, could have potentially gotten robbed in the World Cup last year. This team's got some serious skills.
Let me stop you right there.
Potentially.
Potentially?
Depends on what side you're on.
I was about to say, everybody knows that was a controversial. Listen, for all the England fans here, everybody knows. Everybody knows it was controversial.
When I think of robbed, I think of, you know, the NFC Championship with the Saints and whatnot a few years ago, where it's Saints and Rams, where it was a blatant no call, absolutely blatant no call. The controversy, I feel, in my opinion, from that World Cup was that the rule was jacked up where you go by how many boundaries each team had when there's another tiebreaker. You had the thing off the bat where Ben Stokes, I don't think he did it on purpose, and I think we both agreed on that. It was controversial, but I don't feel like they got robbed. They were just super unlucky.
I don't even think the Ben Stokes thing is controversial. I think looking at it as an outside observer, he went to make a play. It didn't look dirty to me at all. He was trying to slide. I see guys do it all the time. I actually just saw somebody do it in the West Indies, you know, to try to get there. It just happened that it hit the bat hit the ball, ricocheted off. That's not controversial. This rule, think about it this way, okay? New Zealand tied twice. They didn't lose. They tied twice. And the rule is because England hit more boundaries, they win. They didn't actually lose. It was such a bad rule that guess what? They changed it.
I don't understand the rule in the first place. That rule makes no sense. And I remember when I was watching it when we were both doing the no video reaction, and they showed all those rules for the Super Over, and I was trying to read them. I noticed that at the bottom. I didn't say anything because I don't know why, but I did notice that. I remember thinking to myself, no joke, that's odd. It's the boundaries. You don't ever want to have a bad rule decide not just a championship game, but a World Cup match. You don't ever want to have that be a situation. It would be like the Super Bowl where there's a tie and there's overtime rules where we're just going to keep doing overtime until there's a winner. In a Super Bowl where you say, well, this team had more receiving touchdowns, so they win the tiebreaker. To me, that's as equivalent, and that just does not work at all. But again, it's not like it was something that only favored England. I mean, it did in that situation. But it's not like it was England's rule where they said, oh, you know, let's do this.
And here's the thing. That's like basically negating the other side of the game in cricket, which is bowling, right? That's negating how many wickets we got. That's just saying all that matters is boundaries. What about how many singles I hit? How many 2 runs I hit, or triples, which you got to leg out? You know what I mean? Why isn't the rule whoever hits more sixes? It's just such a hard. It was so bad they changed it. I've never seen them change a rule the very next season, other than in baseball, where what was the final camel that broke the straw? I know there was, and I'll say it myself, my Yankees against the Cubs. You know, the poor kid stuck his hat out there, and I think it was on a Derek Jeter hit, as a matter of fact. And this guy had to move out of Chicago. He had death threats because he was actually a Cubs fan, but he was so excited. He was a kid at the time to get this ball, and he reached over. It was a home run. And that's, I think, was the actual play that made them go to instant replay. I can't remember if it was that play or something else.
The instant replay came much later. I think you're mixing two things. So you had the kid at the Orioles-Yankees playoff game where he reached over, obviously. I think you're also mixing that with the guy from the Cubs. Who was that older gentleman? I can't think of his name right now. Where it was the Marlins and the Cubs in the NLCS.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Moises Alou was going for the catch.
Moises Alou. That's what I was thinking, yeah.
I think his name is Bartman.
Yeah. Poor kid had to move out of Chicago.
But in my opinion, I think one thing that really escalated, honestly, we mentioned it many times on both channels, is the kid from Detroit who had the perfect game, and they had no replay system to see whether the guy was safe or not.
Andrew
I really
Galarraga.
think that added a lot of fuel to that fire. But regardless, we're off track here. Back to cricket. We're excited to check out Kane Williamson. Always trying to find a video that has no copyright issues is always a chore. Not a chore, but a challenge, I should say. But I found this one that we're going to check out, and this is called Kane Williamson on Top of the World. This is from a YouTube channel called Sporting Tributes. Now, I'm not sure if they created this tribute. Join us as we relive the steady career of one of the greatest batsmen from the land of the long white clouds. So it sounds like it's a clip that they took from something else, which is, whatever, it's fine. But we're going to react to this. We are going to see what Kane Williamson is all about, hopefully, from this tribute. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And let's not delay any further.
All right. In 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I certainly try and play the ball as late as I can, and on top of the ball. Because they challenge you in those areas. It's nice to get your name up there along with a lot of other players.
Beautifully chipped.
I'm guessing that was him at bat.
And he gets to 200.
There you go.
Wow, that's
200.
Kane Williamson made him double 100. Surprised everyone. An unusual shot going over mid-wicket against the turn. Quality knock from a quality player.
Went to top.
Perfectly placed.
Nice.
Beautifully played.
He just lifted that bat up a little bit just to get over the guy's head. Sweet.
End of the 30, 64.
Well, they didn't have any slips back there, right? I didn't see any.
If they did, maybe one in the gully there or whatever, but it got over his head. Look at that. Boom.
Push they had one. Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, he's got that. He's got
Tomahawk
That's a
right
big
there.
boy swing.
Yeah.
Far enough in front of. The pull shot has been a real feature of Williamson's play today.
Jeez, that ball got high.
That's another good bouncer, good height from Ishant Sharma, and he's managed to hit it in front of square. Lofts again. And
That was like a golf shot right there.
Woo. Very good stuff. Good shot. Really, really good shot. If you're trying to get down the wicket, shot. That's a test the fielder.
Looks like this guy's got control of all parts of the oval there.
Lovely timing from Williamson.
It's so hard to defend against a guy like that.
Oh,
Williamson.
just out of the reach.
His 5th consecutive 50 of the series.
5th consecutive 50.
There's
Jeez.
a man in form.
There's Dhoni.
84 minutes. Oh, man. That's Nick's favorite shot right there.
Oh, it's so dangerous.
The sweep,
Terrifies me.
man, that drives you crazy.
Oh my goodness.
Woo.
Oh, he's in again.
Go square this time. That is a fantastic
Jeez.
shot. 3 now.
Look, he's ready to go before he even comes. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna do the sweep.
Feels, but it'll be quick enough.
Are you
at that.
kidding me?
Go square this time. That is a fantastic
I mean, wouldn't you put somebody at silly point at that point if he keeps
Oh.
doing that?
Oh, you get a ball to the face. It looks like a replay. It looks like it's the same play every time. It's crazy. Ooh.
Yeah, then you just put the ugliest player at silly point.
This is class.
Might have been an offside cover shot that he's talking about. Ooh.
No get it.
Man, he had his elbow up high on that one.
That is crazy.
I like that. Really close.
Perfectly well controlled shot by Williams.
That was cool.
Big edge. Would not run for 4 because Herat will have time. No, he
I gotta
doesn't.
say, Gabe, I think this guy has better form than I have. What do you think?
Just a little bit.
Just a bit outside.
Just a
New Zealand
tad.
need a new hero, a young hero.
Got the stash going.
Full of determination, concentration, and application from New Zealand's number 3, Kane Williamson.
100 there.
He gets there.
So this guy is the captain of all 3 formats.
For a reason,
Again.
bro.
That's what the research told me. If I'm wrong, I apologize. But that is just, from what we've learned, each format is different in a lot of ways. ODI and T20 are probably more similar than Test is, but jeez.
Yeah, beautifully played. Williamson is showing his class.
And, you know,
Up and over, must have heard you. Scotty
test is a test of patience and a test of endurance.
forcing shot down the ground off the
Look at that, right in between those two little those 2 little decals. That's cool. Man, the offside.
It's going to be
Jeez.
4
Ooh.
short and pulled away.
Offside.
Catch
Catch
what?
it, please.
Catch it? Are you kidding me?
Desperation, man. Oops.
Uh,
Oh, that guy's like, out of my reach. Dude, you know what's coming right now, right? If you're the opposition. Get away from him!
ah. All that effort and it was still
Oh, that's what I'm saying. You
a
gotta get away
four.
from him. Don't even bother. Boom! Those are dynamite. Yeah, I'm wondering if this guy and T20 is able
Oh.
to launch the 6s a lot. Because he seems to have a pattern where he pushes it about 3/4 of the way over the heads and then it bounces to the boundary. Like that one right there. Like
I
that
mean,
one right there.
And here's the thing: you could try and play. Look, you could try and play people more back, but then he's just gonna
a beautiful way
reverse sweep it, or it's just so tough.
There's no slow outfield on these ones.
Oh, that's good. Look at the time. Big gain from
Jeez,
Williams.
that was killing me.
Oh,
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 Yeah, good.
he
Almost
wishes he
had
was
it.
Jaunty Rhodes.
How do you like that? Wow. Glorious.
Glorious.
And then you get back for 4 and the signified a reasonable delivery.
bro, how do you defend that?
You don't, man. You just,
covers the game.
I mean,
Good
I don't know. That's a great question for the comment section. How do you defend that? What is the strategy? Because in my mind, I'm thinking just like that shot right there. I'm going for the stumps every time, and I'm hoping that he misses at least once. I'm not pitching anything outside because he's just pushing that in all different directions.
Shot.
There's one right there, and he just killed it.
Yeah, I was about to say. Oh,
Yeah. Oh. Good night.
And I mean, I think every single Yorker I've seen they've thrown at him, he just does that sweep.
Gets it through. Excellent placement
Yeah.
from Williamson.
Like, oh, you
That's
want to come
good
down
call.
here?
Nicely chipped over mid-wicket.
He's got control.
Gets
Really
it
good
through.
control
Yes.
for about
One day
207
international.
degrees of that
Number 5
that
for
field.
this talented
He's got control behind him, but at least 270 degrees, he's got awesome control.
But he waits so long to play the ball, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, you're right. And that's a good sign of someone who's in the zone. You talk about fielding in baseball. You can get a line shot right to your head. That was a great catch.
That was a good catch.
You get that line shot right to your head. The good defenders, the time just it stops. It stands still so you can see where the ball's at. Jeez Louise.
It was tramping. Really tramping.
So not only can he hit, but the guy can field too.
What a catch.
Wow, that takes a lot of
Actions from Kane Williamson.
concentration.
Joe Root, are
Like
you
that.
watching this?
That's gonna run away. That should go for 4.
Just kidding. Slowly, but it got there. 99.
And Williamson,
Man, he just hits it where they're
Another
not.
test
Like
match
he's got to
100.
have super control of the bat.
That's my Wimby
very,
squad
very
right there.
solid player. 7
Yeah.
test match hundreds now
Keeps
for Kane
hitting when they're
Williamson. He is a real rock. The foundation for this player's batting.
Yeah, Mr. Reliable. He sure is.
Mr. Reliable, I like that.
7th Test 100 to go with his.
That's what happens if you try to ball it a little wide.
That's going to be 4 more.
Tell me, this guy's got control.
150 for Kane Williamson. Landmarks keep coming up.
152.
So he's consoled by the 100th Test wicket for Kumar Roach, but it won't change the course of the match.
Man, that was
Once
Kumar
this
Roach
man
he
is
just
at
hit.
the crease, first
And
150
maybe you just
gets
bowl
the
like you
wicket.
said, a little fuller, go after the stumps.
She
And
did it for pace.
Oh my gosh.
Kane Williamson. What an absolute beauty that is. A one hit to the right. Have a look at this.
Jackrabbit. Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
that looked like JT Rose to me.
Oh yeah.
And here's the special catch
That
by
was good.
Kane Williamson.
Jeez.
Here's Clive.
I'll tell you right now, this is not self-deprecation. I could not do that in a million years.
Edge.
Oh my gosh.
was
Absolute
awesome.
screamer, Kane Williamson.
And great pictures.
To me, as
Absolute
batsman, that would
slaughter.
be-
Airborne.
the worst, when you just edge it and they catch it and you lose your wicket that way.
More direction to hit through that onside.
I mean, that's 1 out of a million could make that catch, and it happened against you when you got that edge. That's just
That's
unbelievable.
so frustrating.
Late cut. Beautifully executed there.
Lovely shot from Williamson. So strong off the back foot. That is
Telling you,
gonna
he hits
raise
it so many times where they're always chasing after it. It's unbelievable.
Oh, nice. Nice timing.
And that'll be 4.
If it works, don't change it.
It's a good shot. Much needed boundary.
That is clever cricket.
Bro, that's risk right there
Makes
too.
that look so easy.
Oh, ouch.
Again, Williamson gets it through beautifully wide of mid-on. And that should run away again. Yes, it does.
Tried to kick save there.
That's
Gotta
great
be.
batting. My
goodbye.
word, that's a handsome shot.
And able to free the arms on this occasion.
Even Nathan McCullum. It's a good shot. He played some cracking shots today against Kane Williamson. It's a good shot from Williamson again.
Man, they showed the bowler there after he delivered that hand on his hips. No idea what to do.
Feel good look, and there'll be one after that too from Williamson. Beautifully played.
That's when you're just dejected.
Oh,
You
look
say,
at
what
that
else do I
batting.
gotta do?
See,
I've
that's
thrown the
superb.
kitchen sink at this guy.
He was beaten there for a second.
Yeah, it's just one of those situations like, yeah, I get it. Kane Williamson
field
is
as
getting at
well.
least 50 off me. I got it. Let me survive.
Timed that well around the corner, and it'll be 4.
That pitch, by the way,
Round about there will do. It'll be 6 and a chance for someone in an orange shirt.
That's 6 runs right there.
Placement.
once again, his placement is superb. It's a sign of the man. In for.
Sign of the man.
Oh, well played. Kane Williamson, what a lovely shot that was.
Oh, it's going out. Jeez.
Oh, wonderful shot. Boy, that is a good cricket shot from Kane Williamson.
Close.
Up and over from Kane Williamson. And that'll be 4 more.
A conversion rate up a wee, but here's his chance. Hits a gap. Hits a gap. He'll get a couple. Brilliant stuff. One of the very best innings at Eden Park for quite some
And
time.
McCollum, good partnership there.
Aesthetically pleasurable to watch. Execution-wise, nigh on perfect.
Yeah,
Did that say 138
Such
balls?
a talented young man.
Yeah.
Ooh. Very nice. Very nice.
Jeez Louise.
All righty. So, Mr. Kane Williamson. You know, as a defensive guy myself and have a son right now that pitches in high school ball, you always think, how do you attack the best hitters? And the thing is, most really, really good hitters, even batsmen, they have flaws, okay? How can you attack this guy? And the hardest guys are guys like that can play any kind of shot. You know what I mean? Where's his weakness? Is it the Yorker? You know what I mean? Is it the bouncer? Is he going to get himself out when I bowl these wide shots? You know, like you said, oh, I'm going to bowl Fuller and, aim for the stumps. You know what I mean? And we saw what happened. You literally said that. The bowler did it. He crushed it right over his head. Like,
back to the drawing room.
And I'm telling you, that's the most frustrating thing. You love him if he's on your side, New Zealand. Everybody else must hate this guy's guts. Like, oh, great. Here comes Kane Williamson. Bro, honestly, I respect Ben Stokes. But as a Windies fan now, every time he comes up, it's like, oh, I don't want to see this guy back. You know what I'm saying, bro? Oh, that's just the feeling you get, the pit of your stomach. Like, these guys aren't just great ball, I was gonna say ball players. They are ball players, cricket players, but they're talents. You know what I mean? It's one thing to be a player. There's a lot of players in, Major League Baseball, in cricket, in basketball, in MLS. Then you got those guys that are generational talents. You know what I mean? Guys that don't come around often. And obviously Kane Williamson is one of them. He's got to be when you put up those kind of numbers.
Looking at the research here, on Wikipedia, his coach, Pacey DePina, when he was younger in college, said that he described Williamson as having a thirst to be phenomenal, but not at anyone else's expense. That's a huge compliment. This guy seems like he's a humble guy. This guy seems like he goes about things the right way. And that quote right there shows it all, says it all. When I see Kane Williamson, and again, it's hard not to think this way because you get a compilation of these great hits that he has and these great milestones he has. But he seems, because he's going in all directions, like I had mentioned, he seems like one of those cricket batsmen who has not yet seen a ball bowled that he did not like. I mean, this guy can go after everything. Like you said, the sweep with those Yorkers, those balls are high up. And he's like, you know what? I can get that. Let me just flip it up a little bit and get a boundary there. Again, I think his game, I think his approach as a batsman, and why would it not be anyone's approach? You have to be able to deliver, is to be able just to get it over the heads. And if I can get a 4 or a 3 or a 2, that's great. I don't see him as trying to get those 6s. Now, that might have been test matches. He might be more phenomenal with the 6s in the T20. This guy does all formats. And I just looked it up. This guy is also an occasional off-spin bowler. So you got to be kidding me. This guy's going to come in. And, I mean, this is the guy you got to come in that West Indies-England game when we have 1 or 2 wickets left. Do we have a Kane Williamson on the roster? Can he go in there and throw a few off-spins so we can try to get those last 2 wickets out? This guy, I'm telling you, we're doing this video because we got so much love, and not just from New Zealand fans, about Kane Williamson. This guy's a beast. I think he's top ranked in the top 4 in some of the formats for this or that. People have him in their top 4 for the best captains right now. Going back to Joe Root, not trying to dog the guy, but people had said, some of the comments were, yeah, you're right. He's declined a little bit recently, but this Kane Williamson is no joke. This guy is here to stay. Like I said, 29 years old. He's got plenty of cricket. And as we're getting more into cricket, I'm thinking to myself, you got the test season, if you want to call it that, ODIs, you got T20 and the IPL. You have all this cricket year round, And this guy is the national captain in all 3 formats for New Zealand. I'm sure he plays on an IPL team. This guy just can't get enough cricket, it seems like. And he's talented enough to play all formats. It's super incredible. And I'm sure for New Zealand fans, they're just so grateful that they're alive during the peak of this guy's career. And it's got to be killing them right now that COVID in one way, shape, or form has delayed his ability to get out there in his prime.
I mean, you're a Padres fan, right? Think about Padres fans, right? Think about Padres fans right now. Other than what you guys got, Manny Machado right now. Ooh, obviously you got Fernando Tatis, some great young talent, but you became a Padres fan because I'm sure you remember the days of Jake Peavy, Trevor Hoffman. You got to see greatness.
Tony
when you
Gwynn,
see
brother.
Tony Gwynn, and that's what I'm saying. You got to see greatness. Like, as much as I love my Yankees right now, I have not seen a Mariano yet, a guy that dominant. I have not seen you guys I grew up with. Like, I'm sorry, even though he went to coach elsewhere, I'm not gonna say anything. Miami, but Don Mattingly and even Derek Jeter, guys that were all Bulls fans. You know what I mean?
Donnie Baseball.
I love that name. But guys that got to see MJ, when you see these guys, and you're watching history in the making. As much as I hate saying it, all the New England Patriot fans with Tom Brady, that's just history in the making. You're not going to see something like that in your lifetime again. That kind of dominance. And you're right. It sucks that in literally every sport, most of these athletes have lost, if not the whole season, most of their seasons due to COVID this year. And I know that most people have a lot more problems than that. My own family has, experienced, has been touched by COVID. And it's just one of those things where, with our sports help us escape from our problems. You know what I mean? Help us take our mind off everything that's going on. And it just sucks that it's been delayed as much as it has. I take my hat off to every single athlete who's sacrificing themselves, going on the field. And yeah, they're getting a check. But guess what? You can't buy life. That's just a reality. So you're still taking, I don't care if you're Mike Trout or who you are, you know what I'm saying? So you're still taking a risk, you know what I'm saying?
Everything takes a backseat, especially for these guys. And I'm not going to say if you don't have kids, not as important, but especially for these guys that have kids at home, they have the wife at home, they have the girlfriend, the boyfriend, whatever it is. These guys are taking that risk. And yes, like you said, it's for a paycheck, but most of these superstars, they can go a year without getting that paycheck because they have so much money. It takes a backseat to their health. But like you said perfectly, it's an escape. And when you're going to the month-to-month grind as an average sports fan, an average worker, you get salary and all that kind of stuff, there's bills that have to be paid. There's doctor's appointments. There's all these things that bog you down. I'm telling you, I can't tell you how much it lifts me up when I know 6:30 tonight, my Lakers are going to be playing. I can escape for a little bit. Monday Night Football in 3 days, I'll be able to escape a little bit. Or the baseball game, at least, we don't have the Dodgers today to play. Thank goodness we can escape a little bit. There's not much escaping as a Padres fan because you're going to escape to the dungeon and torture. But for my other sports, they give me a chance at least.
That's hilarious. Well, guys, we hope you enjoyed this video. It's been a lot of fun. Do all and somebody like, hey man, you guys got to do a better job on, promote. I forget all the time. Like, make sure you like and subscribe and all that good stuff or whatever. Nick is much better than I am at it. But yeah, please like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. We got tons of other videos on here. If you're an Indian fan, who else have we done? We've done England.
We've done some Pakistan. We've done some West Indies.
I guarantee you, there's something on the channel for you if you're a cricket fan. Yeah, exactly. Australian fan. Check us out and show us some love. And until next time,
that's 6 runs.
Ooh!
Go India.